We've been talking about the Olympics, and the security of Americans attending the games isn't the only reason these games are in the headlines. As you probably know, Russia has a strict anti-gay policy, and former Olympic gold medal figure skater Brian Boitano is joining us this morning because he's part of the U.S. delegation to Sochi, and he recently went public with the fact that he is gay. And I guess, Brian, I would ask you, is that why you decided to come forward and announce this, because of the situation in Russia? Why did you? Tell me about the timing of your announcement.
You know, when I said that I would love to be on the delegation, it was a huge honor. And when the press release came out where it was mentioning where President Obama was sending a message through the delegation of tolerance and diversity, I looked at it as an opportunity to step outside of my, I've always been a private guy in a public. I know I've been a public figure, but also been very private. So I took it as an opportunity to step out, stand for his message, and this is a huge platform. It can make a difference in so many people's lives. So that's why I decided to make it public.
Well, it was a very brave decision, but I want to ask you, are you concerned about the safety of our athletes over there with all these threats we're now hearing about, and now a new one coming out this morning?
Yeah, in regards to the new one coming out this morning, I think it's a concern for everyone. And I think that the athlete's safety should be first and foremost, and I'm sure it will be. And I think that actually the athlete's village will probably be one of the safest places to be. But from an athlete's perspective, to cancel the Olympics in regards to the threats would be absolutely devastating, especially since the Olympic it's really about people meeting together through sports and putting aside their country's differences for that time.
Would you advise your family to stay home?
That's a really good question. I would want my family to make their own decision. I would totally understand if they decided to stay home, but for me as an athlete, I would always choose to go.
How do you stay focused on your sport? You're a professional athlete. How do you stay focused with all this going on in the background?
You know, certainly it takes your attention away a little bit, but elite athletes at the level of the Olympics are so used to blocking everything out, and this is devastatingly serious, but at the same time, they're so used to blocking things out that it will just be another thing that they have to push out of their minds to focus on the task at hand of representing their country as best they can.
Okay, Brian, I'm very sorry I have to cut you off there. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We spoke earlier to another openly gay member of that U.S. delegation to Sochi, legendary tennis player Billie Jean King. Let me just ask you, what kind of a reception do you expect? It's been pretty dicey for sometimes for gay people in Russia. Will you feel safe going there?
I will be alert, that is for sure. But I have been going to Russia since 1962. And I can't tell you, the people are fantastic there. They're very hospitable, very welcoming. They've been nothing but very kind to me. And I hope that it will continue just like that. Because I went as an 18-year-old. So it's been quite an amazing journey going to Russia off and on through the last few decades.
If there are demonstrations, if there are parades, if any of the athletes decide to express support for the gay community, will you take part in any of that?
I'm not so sure we can. I think the athletes, if they're asked questions by the media, can answer it any way they see fit. The thing that they cannot do, according to Rule 50, is to demonstrate or protest, because they could have their medals taken away and they could be sent home. But I think if the media asked an athlete a question, that they can respond.
Do you think this could have a positive impact on Russia and the attitude there?
I think this will be very positive. I think people are generally kind, and I think most people are accepting, or at least will start thinking about it. I think it's important not to boycott. I think it's important to show up and be there and be a part of this wonderful occasion in Sochi and seeing our athletes try to go for the gold.
Well, Billie Jean King, you always set a great example, not just for our athletes, but for all Americans, and we want to wish you the very best, and I hope you have fun while you're there.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
Okay. And we'll be right back with some personal thoughts.